coming off of Survivor Series, we have the biggest question ever. What do we do with Roman Reigns? The biggest star in the WWE, and it's like, he's kind of dead in the water. We're kind of waiting. He comes back, he goes away. He comes back, starts a rivalry, wins, then loses, then goes away. Who actually is next for Roman Reigns, and what actually does the next few final years of the Tribal Chief hold for this megastar in the industry? Now guys, if you're going to have your own opinions, I'd appreciate if you watch to the end and like and subscribe, and also put your opinions down below because they are more than welcome, and join the Discord in my bio as we do have a WWE section for that as well. Boys and girls, this whole Tribal Chief thing has been a once in a lifetime story, one of the best experiences for a WWE fan, from when he started the bloodline and completely transforming his career to now where he's on his own as the only Tribal Chief, which still works, but he's now started to lose and be made to look not as tough and as strong as he once was. However, at the end of Survivor Series, after he lost, he decided to give CM Punk a fist bump and then look at Cody Rhodes and basically say, we ain't ever teaming again. Clearly this means there is going to be a Roman and Cody feud in the future. They're aiming really, I think the main target for WrestleMania Vegas is going to be Roman and Cody, the trilogy. How do you book this one? In my opinion, you go Roman Reigns. You go Roman Reigns, you make him overall win, it keeps him at the top. It still has Cody's level of respect, but it allows Cody to have that storyline of losing everything and turning heel. Whereas Roman Reigns gets the title back. The only issue I have is, how do you book this title run? How do you book this title run? Because the last title run was so long, it used up a lot of ideas in that writing room. And the way WWE has been going lately, the writing sucks. So how would you write with that with Roman Reigns? It's a very confusing one, but in my opinion, you could still make it work. As this time he'll have the belt with the fans on his side, the aura that he brings, and he'll be doing it alone. That makes more sense. This allows you to give his final end of a career against some dream matchups. Rollins, Randy Orton, The Rock, etc. The point that I'm trying to make here is, that is one of the paths we can go with, but there's another path that you could do. You could also get Roman Reigns to go for CM Punk's title. Yes, it is looking like Bron Breakker is going to be going for that title. It is most likely. But Roman Reigns could be the guy that either beats Punk for it and then drops the title to Bron Breakker. I doubt it. Or you go Roman Reigns and CM Punk. The fist bump is a trick to make Punk think he's safe from Roman, when actually Roman is smarter than you think. He's going to come out here and the story is, we're going to beat Punk's ass. He calls himself the best in the world, whereas I'm the best ever. So you could look at that storyline. I think it would be good to have Roman Reigns with a different title on his shoulders. The World Heavyweight title is on Raw, so I highly doubt Roman is going to draft over to SmackDown. Raw is clearly the bigger show. It always has been. And I believe that Roman is happily stuck with Mondays. I doubt he'll change from this point onwards. The main thing is, though, when we get Punk versus Roman, I feel like to have that done, it's got to be done on a special night. Either the Rumble, WrestleMania, or even SummerSlam next year. It's one of them ones. But for Roman to become champion again, he needs a full schedule. So what's up next for Roman is probably not a belt yet. Because in my opinion, the way his schedule has been, the on and off, you know, whether it's to do with his leukemia or not, be having the wear and tear on the body, or whether it's a movie schedule, he's not as consistent as he was. Fair play. He hung around for 1,500 days and was champion and carrying the absolute show on his back. He's actually one of the reasons that I got back into watching wrestling. He's got to have a good schedule for it. We've got to have a consistent champion. Rollins was consistent. Punk is consistent. Cody Rhodes is consistent. So we need Roman to be consistent. What does he do here? I feel like you have a good chance to have Roman versus Jay one more time, because of the heel turn from Jay, turning on everyone. I feel like he'll realise Roman was wrong about him becoming the Tribal Chief, and he might actually become jealous again, and he might try for the belt again. I don't know, but that would kind of be like pressing the replay button, I guess. I guess I'm kind of stuck with that one, actually. If Roman won the world title, actually, what is actually next for that one? It's quite a difficult one. I feel like the writing itself has been all over the place, so I don't really know. Comment below. This is your chance to provide me some information. It'd be great for you guys to share. But I think everyone is at the point where we want Cody to lose the belt, and I'd happily have Roman be Cody. If we get Breakker vs Punk at Mania, I think Breakker vs Punk isn't going to end in January. It's going to carry on for a while, and we will get probably Rollins come back at some point. But the main thing is, I think if we're looking at the Royal Rumble, the one thing Roman hasn't done as the Tribal Chief is win the Royal Rumble. I think Roman Reigns wins the Rumble. I think you could go down that path, and you could make Roman potentially, if Breakker takes the belt off Punk at the Rumble, or in January, or the first half of the year, you could have Roman Breakker at WrestleMania. And it was teased years ago, a future WrestleMania match, Breakker Roman. I think it was teased at the Rumble actually after Breakker speared him. But the point is, they are highlighting it. That Breakker is going to be that main event star eventually. He's not ready yet, no way. But the point is, he is going to be there. Is Roman the guy to humble him and make him be that guy that you're not ready yet, but you will be one day? Now, the Roman Breakker one-on-one, just as long as we don't have this constant vision interruption, because it is getting consistently boring. Like, genuinely, I would like Roman Reigns and Breakker to have a one-on-one match where they actually showcase insane moves, insane close kickouts. That's a match I want. Speed versus strength, power versus IQ, you know? And I just think if the vision keep getting involved and it's Bronson Reed and Logan Paul, it's like Roman ain't ever going to win. Because realistically, that's the only way Breakker's going to beat him, based on how they've done all the stories. Another route you could do here is, you don't give him a title at all at the moment. You let him deal with feuds first. Now, Roman is, as Triple H quoted, bigger than the title himself. Beating Roman Reigns is an accolade now because of how important he is in the industry. He's the GOAT, the Tribal Chief. That's what he is. So you don't necessarily need to give him a belt to have his value. We've had Seth Rollins, but here's the thing. Roman has never beaten Rollins one-on-one in a main event at a pay-per-view. Never. That's an accolade Roman needs to achieve. The Tribal Chief doesn't leave any stone unturned, so he needs an accolade. So I have him against Rollins. I think that's a great main event. But does Rollins come back and take the belt off Breakker first, and then you have Roman Rollins for the belt? I don't know. Will they give Rollins it again? Maybe. It depends if they think he's too injury prone. It depends what Triple H is thinking behind the scenes. You have a chance here for Roman versus The Rock. You do. Whether you fit it in a storyline somewhere, you have a chance for Roman Reigns versus The Rock. You really, really do. If The Rock does come back, and there is more storylines going, maybe involved with Cody Rhodes, maybe involved with Brock Lesnar, maybe involved with Seth Rollins. We just don't know. But I'm pretty sure we'll know if The Rock's done, and I don't think we know that yet. Roman could have a you turned on the family storyline. I don't know how they'd really do it, but I think people still want the Roman Rock match. And I think Roman and Rock still want to do that themselves anyways. But I think you could be looking at Roman. This is the hard part of Roman Reigns, because of how important he is. When he doesn't have a main event storyline, you have to put him to the sideline. You do, because you can't have him having these one-off squash matches every week, because realistically he should beat them all. So when you're looking at all these matches, you're like, well, Roman's kind of done everything. So what actually is next to him? It's very hard to pinpoint. It really is. But there is a fantasy storyline out there somewhere where Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, comes back to WWE. Now, he is still in contract with AEW, but there could be potential for Dean Ambrose to make a return in the future and Roman and Dean team up once again. That could be interesting. I would like to see that. So there is future storylines there. What do you think they could make with that, though? What is your guys' opinion on that? Also, as well, you have Roman in the end forgiving Seth Rollins next year. I think Roman's career has got probably 1 to 2 years left, maybe 3 at best. But the point is, now that Rollins has been turned on by Breakker, he actually has a feeling of what it feels like to be stabbed in the back by someone he trusts. And I believe that this is the full circle moment where you will have Roman beat Rollins, and you will get a handshake out of the two. I don't think they will leave this storyline open of hate. I think it will end with them coming together. Fantasy, if Jon Moxley returns, we get a Shield reunion one more time, but that is a fetch. That is a fetch. The most important one here, and I think where they're heading is, based off of what we've seen so far, to my knowledge, Roman is going to win the Rumble. Roman is going to fight Cody Rhodes. That is what we're looking at here. Roman will have the belt. I feel like the Undisputed belt doesn't mean as much as it did when Roman had it. Cody Rhodes' storylines have been really boring. The world title's kind of passing about, and it's kind of just, well, whoever can make the loudest noise on Raw gets a chance. Whereas the Undisputed title is the value title that Roman Reigns made it, with both titles combined. It needs value again. Having Roman maybe win that belt, do you fit Randy Orton in somewhere? Do you make Roman go to SmackDown to help boost SmackDown since it has been falling off a bit? Because I believe it has. Do you leave him away from the world title scene now? Maybe he does go to SmackDown. I don't think so, but I think you could have that. Because if he has that Universal title when he's on SmackDown, SmackDown's viewership shoots. Because Roman Reigns is there. Whereas you've got all these stars on Raw. You've got LA Knight, CM Punk, Braun Breakker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Brock Lesnar. And you're like, there are so many stars on Raw. Can we spread some out? I know we've got the Vision storyline, so let's leave it at that then. Let's leave it as Jay realizing he's messing up. Let's have Jimmy have a bit of a push. Let's have Punk probably lose the belt, but you know, it's kind of worth it. Roman Reigns, go for Cody Rhodes now. You've done the War Games thing. You lost to the Vision. You've already beaten pretty much everyone in the Vision anyways. You've beaten Logan Paul. You beat Reed. You beat Lesnar. You threw Breaker out of the Rumble, which was the tease of the rivalry, you know, foreclosure in the past. But the point is, Roman Reigns, now you go to SmackDown, in my opinion. That actually might be the move. I actually think I just made it up myself. I think if you're Roman Reigns, you go for Rhodes' belt. You take the belt off Rhodes, and you start... You're at the point now where you should be putting over fighters. Jacob Fatu is left in the dust. There are opportunities. There really are for Roman Reigns. And I just think SmackDown is probably the way to go. Yes, the MFT's there as well, which is kind of dead. But I doubt they'd do that with Roman there and let the MFTs not deal with Roman. But the point is, that storyline's kind of buried now. That's gone. And it could be the opposite now. Roman is the face, Cody is the heel. If we go correctly with Cody, and I would love for them to do that. Cody is a heel, please. But I think Roman Reigns wins back the Undisputed title, creates value. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. I'm all open for suggestions. Like and subscribe, and hit the thumbs up below, boys and girls. And I will see you lot next time.